Good evening. This is Nick Inman from VolumeProfileTrader.com on Tuesday, January 10th, and we're going to cover the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, and probably 10 to 12 names or so, trading opportunities that I think that you are going to want to buy, and also some names that you probably want to ring the register on some. So here we go, jumping right into the S&P right now for the week, which is this composite right here for volume profile. We have point of control at the top of the range, so we're probably going to come in a bit, which is fine, but where do you want to be a buyer? Right in the mid 1270s, maybe even 1277 or so, basically the breakout level. You want to see a test of the breakout, buyers come in, place your stop below the buyers, and see if we can go back up and test 1290, hopefully make new highs. So as far as the market goes, it continues to be strong. We gapped up again today. We pushed higher. We reached new highs relative to basically when the market broke down in July and August. So that's great news. And stay long, stay strong. We've been a part of this the entire time. NASDAQ, which I actually want to bring up the Qs instead. Okay, bringing up the Qs on an annual chart. We have a little bit of resistance at 58.15. We closed below that today, so we may come in again, but you want to be, and I'm pounding the table here, you want to be all over this when it comes down to the point of control. You want to be gobbling this up between 57.5 and 57 with the stop basically around 56.5. So you're going to have less than 1% of risk, and you're going to look for more upside, hopefully a breakout and new highs. If this thing can push up above $59, $60, watch out, because then you're going to have the case for a huge inverse head and shoulders pattern, which, you know, okay, here's a shoulder, here's a head, which it's sloppy, but, you know, whatever. Here's the other shoulder. The measured move would be from the bottom of the head, call it $50, up to the shoulder, call it $60. So a 10-point move to the upside. That's a bona fide move in this market. So just be aware of the opportunity that we're looking at. The Dow continues to do well, though just like the NASDAQ and the spiders, the SPY, we're coming into some type of, you know, probably, I don't want to say the market's got ahead of itself, but you're probably at a place where you're going to see a little bit of profit taking just from the recent run-up we've had, but on the pullback, that's where you want to be looking to be a buyer. I don't think it's going to pull back significant. I actually like the NASDAQ as the best gauge. I think, let's see, about a 3% pullback or so is probably in the works. The 1255 area on the S&P, the S&P futures. It looks like the 57 area or so on the Qs. And as far as the Dow, it looks a little more blurry, but I would say around 122 to 120 on the Dow. I would say more towards 121 is the level you want to look to accumulate more stock. So we're just going to jump right into some names. Apple, more consolidation. Let me zoom in. More consolidation at the top of this range. I still think you stay long this name. We are at the top. Expect a pullback. But on that pullback, do you want to be accumulating more stock? The answer, yes. Cirrus, wow. Talk about a move up over 16% today. There is no volume until we get to around 21, so I still think this has more upside. Hopefully, I mean, I'm crossing my fingers because I did cover this about a week ago. Hopefully you nibbled on some stock and you enjoyed this ride higher. I still think, like I said, $21, that's where you want to take profits, but then again, up 15, 16% today. Realize, you know, we've had a nice move, but you can see where'd the move come from? Right off the point of control, had a nice mini base, broke out from this little downtrend resistance, and had let's say 3 days in a row of nice buying, and then a push out completely above resistance, the last two highs. So that's very positive. Stay long, stay strong. I hope you're long this name. Monsanto, I took a little bit of Monsanto off today, rang the register. It's had a nice breakout, but I'm looking to accumulate more on any type of pullback. Ford, similar situation, though we're stuck at the 200, so watch out. But just like everything else, don't you want to be accumulating this on weakness? The answer to me is definitely. Morgan Stanley, I think today was the first day of an actual breakout, though it's just because from this downside resistance, and we're looking for some more price appreciation. We're going to have some trouble at $18 or so, about $1 higher from here. But really, if we get above that, we should really go test 22, 23. So I really do think there's some price opportunity in Morgan Stanley. Similar to Goldman Sachs, we opened and closed above the point of control for the year. That's positive. I still think this has more room to run the upside. 105 would be my immediate target before I would start taking some profits. All right, Alpha Natural Resource. Oops, zoomed in a little too much there. Still weak relative to the rest of the market, which is making new highs. But I love the fact that this point of control is at the bottom of this range. I still think you stay long. It was up 2 3/4% today, but it closed down on the day relative to where it opened. So that's just something to realize. I still like this for a breakout up towards 25, hopefully more towards 30, because that's where I would like to ring the register. But you can see there is no volume relative to this huge high volume. There's really no volume until you get up to 55, and it kind of looks like Cirrus in the fact a little different, but you had a big long sideways consolidation, and then the breakout was huge, and there's no volume up here to stop it. So just be aware of that. Walgreens, we saw more follow through today. I think you can still buy this stock right here, right now, with the expectations that it's not gonna, you're not catching the bottom here. Catching the bottom was way down here, or maybe you're way down here. You're catching this support zone from 34.50 down to 32.50, and you're expecting a breakout towards 37.38, which was the last line of resistance, last swing highs. It's the 200-day moving average, and it's also, the kind of the top of this volume before it really peters out, up to $40. So I still think Walgreens is a buy. Halliburton broke out today relative to this, mini downtrend. Had a good day today. I think there's more upside in Halliburton, $40 or so. Las Vegas Sands. Please do not take this off your radar. I think this is a buy right here, right now. I love the fact that we made a higher low off of the value area for the last year. Keep your stop below 41.75 and you're going to be okay. Realize that's $2 of risk, so it's about $4 of risk. But this looks good, and I'm really, as much as we're looking at this big blah, what I'm really looking at is this huge sideways consolidation, and what I'm looking for is some type of breakout to the upside. If we get that, this thing's going to scream. We've been consolidating on, volumes getting lighter and lighter, which means a lot of, this is the way I interpret it, is a lot of the trading activity that wants to be done at this level is done. And we're going to see a resolution one way or the other, but given that Las Vegas Sands is at $43 and once was at, and this doesn't necessarily mean anything, but once was at $148, you can see what's going on here, and you can see that there's really no stopping Las Vegas Sands from a true rally. So really, that's about it. Expect a little bit of pullback from the market, but don't shy away. Be there, stand, make your ground, be a buyer of this market on weakness. You should have a lot of gains in your portfolio to give you a little bit of cushion. So realize that the market is a little bit extended, and we probably have a little more, a little bit of a pullback that's going to come, but at the same time, you want to stay involved and you want to be aware of the opportunity that this market could really scream to the upside. So anyways, I hope this helps, and I'll see you tomorrow.